7 a.m. waking up in the kitchen. Gotta get fresh, gotta get online. Gotta go upload my new video. See everyone, I gotta get going. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to another one of these commentary videos. The last two I've made of these done really fucking well. I'm really happy with them, so thank you for that. And I thought, why not do one more before I actually start doing more gaming focused stuff as well. I don't want to become just a full commentary channel, but anyway. As the title suggests of the video, I am talking about a very hyped up film of the year, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is the fourth installment to the Tom Holland Spider-Man series. Also, not his first appearance in the MCU, because these films are taking place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course, which is a bit of a hit or miss at the minute right now, but it looks pretty promising with Brand New Day just coming out now, and then we got Doomsday coming out this year. That looks promising. Then we got Secret Wars next year, so it's going to be like a reboot. They're like doing a soft reboot with it, so... But I've heard that Tom Holland is going to be the main Spider-Man, so we're not going to be losing him. We're not getting another one yet, so that's a relief, because this film, like, I'm going to just get straight into the meat and potatoes of this shit. This film was fucking fantastic. It was phenomenal. I waited a couple days before I did this video because I wanted to sleep on it, you know, maybe like actually go in depth, just thinking about what I like, what I don't like about it. And there's very little of this film. There's like next to nothing I don't like about this film. It was genuinely that solid. There were some things that I found a little confusing about it, but honestly, I can let it slide with how good the plot was. So I'm going to be getting into the spoilers now of what I like about this film, because, well, it's kind of hard to go in depth about how you like something without going, like, full on, like, the plot and everything. So, the stuff I loved about this film, I loved the atmosphere, the actual, like, the directing of it is so much better than John Watts. John Watts, who directed the Home trilogy, his directing choice is very comedic style. Like, it feels like a high school, like, comedy film, you know what I mean? Like, especially Far From Home. Far From Home, I think, is the worst for that. I think the least worst is probably No Way Home, because that goes fully deep into the multiverse and shit like that. And of course, the plot of this film taking place right after No Way Home, 4 years afterwards, is a big plot point. Another thing I loved about the film, I loved Peter having his, like, mutation of his superpowers, like his spider powers start mutating rapidly with arachnid hormones and shit like that. That was really cool. I think that was a really cool addition to have, because it shows how, like, he's struggling with making everybody forget who he is, struggling with Aunt May's death, struggling the weight of being Spider-Man. I think a film where we show Peter Parker struggling is a really good film. Like, Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 did it exactly that, and that's why it's such a beloved film. We never got to see something like that with Andrew, but I think we could have gotten a really cool idea for that if we had gotten a TASM 3, which I'm really sad that we never did. He got done dirty, man. Another thing I loved about this film, the villains. Scorpion is awesome, though he had way less screen time than I thought he would, but which is one of my biggest complaints. I loved Michael Mando as Scorpion. Did a fantastic job. I loved Sadie Sink as well. She did a great job as Jean Grey, who, yeah, that's who she plays. Everyone was debating who the fuck she was, because she was announced as playing somebody in it. I had a feeling she'd be Jean Grey, because I knew they weren't going to introduce MJ, like a Mary Jane Watson, into it. They've already got Michelle Jones, who's MJ, so I think that's just a better choice, personally. Plus, it would have felt like a bit of a waste if we had, like, a build-up of their relationship for the past, like, what, 2, 3 films now, just to throw it all away for a new love interest. I really hope they don't do that. I hope they just end up with, like, her remembering who Peter is, and then they start over again. I think that would be a much better choice. Another thing another addition about this film I loved John Bernthal's The Punisher. The Punisher in this, he was such a good comedic relief character. He was, like, he weren't as badass as he was in the show. I haven't seen the show, but I've seen clips of it, and he is a lot more, like, ruthless and shit, which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that was a rated R, and this film is a 12A, I think. So, you know, he's obviously going to be a bit more PG, if that makes sense. They still say, like, some like swear words, but it's mainly just like shit. That's it, which is pretty common for a PG film nowadays. I'm starting to get a bit concerned by that. But other than that, yeah, he was a bit more comedic relief character. esque, but I still think he was funny as fuck and a good addition. I love the build up between him and Peter's relationship. Like, it's sort of him learning to respect Spider-Man. 'Cause he starts off the film as like, oh, this little annoying shit's back, but then towards the end, he actually respects Spider-Man and Peter. I think that was a really cool addition. I really hope we see more of them in the future. I hope they don't fuck off John Bernthal as the Punisher after the reboot because that'd be just a waste of potential. Another addition I loved about this film, I really, really liked the Hulk fight between Peter. I liked Bruce Banner being part of this film because we haven't seen him properly in a Marvel project since She-Hulk, and well, we already know how the fuck that went. That was an absolute disaster. And we haven't seen proper feral Hulk since, like, Infinity War, I think. Infinity War or Thor Ragnarok, something like that. We haven't seen him go full Hulk since then. So seeing like full feral Hulk again was such a nice feature of this film. Even though I wish the fight lasted a bit longer, I also loved Peter using Shocker's gauntlet from Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, because I personally really enjoyed Spider-Man Homecoming. Even though a lot of people didn't really like that film, which I can understand, the whole comedic elements from John Watts and all that, yeah, I think that's fair. But other than that, I still really like the film. Uh, but Brand New Day, I think I can honestly certainly say it's my personal favorite Spider-Man film. Like that's just my opinion, of course. You know, we're not all gonna have the same opinion. You know what I mean? Like there are people who are gonna love Tobey's films, which I understand. I grew up watching Tobey Maguire. His films are still goated, all three of them. I can even watch Spider-Man 3 and enjoy it. Uh, Andrew Garfield's also a fantastic Spider. There's not a single bad Spider-Man we've ever gotten in terms of live action. Maybe like the 1970s Spider-Man dude. Not Nicholas Hammond, I can't remember his name. It was like the Japanese Spider-Man. That was fucking awful. That they clearly had not read the comics at all. But other than that, like we've genuinely all the live actions have been really good. Like Tobey Maguire's fantastic. My only issue with his films is that they've always got that same damsel in distress sort of thing at the end of the films where he always has to save MJ. I loved Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I think TASM 1, I recently rewatched that before watching Brand New Day. That was like, I've gained a new appreciation for that film. That film is phenomenal. TASM 2, I still dog shit, I'm sorry. Like, I wish we got an Amazing Spider-Man 3, but after 2, I can see why they sort of cancelled it. But still, I wished if they ever had a chance to bring that any of this old Spider-Man back, I prefer a TASM 3 than a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey. But yeah, I give this film a fucking 10 out of 10. We've had some great films this year. And I'm going to try and make this more of a regular thing where I just review films because I'm actually enjoying talking about films. I think it's a nice little touch to my channel. And people seem to be liking the videos. The videos have done really well so far. So yeah, if you enjoy the video, please, please just leave a like or comment if you disagree with my opinion. Anyway, see ya.